Stallgate 3, My Mistress, the Lady Love into 5. We're all set to go in the first of the day and racing away to a good enough start, with the exception probably of Mia Ragazza, who was slow to begin. Bella Attrice began well and is the early leader. Mauna Loa jumped well too with Fire Chaser. Towards the outside, Lucerne Valley and the Lady Love are in contention too. Further back to My Mistress, who races 4 lengths off the leader. Then came Dumasani, who's racing further back with Mia Ragazza and Fuel the Frenzy. To the 500 and halfway through the contest they go. Bella Attrice is the leader here. From in second, Fire Chaser. Down along the inside, the Lady Love is tightening up. Further back then comes behind that Mauna Loa, and further to the outside is Lucerne Valley. Coming down into the last 250, Bella Attrice, the leader. The Lady Love is down the inside, putting on big pressure now, and the Lady Love is coming home strongly with Fire Chaser, who's now erupting into action the outside. The Lady Love and Fire Chaser. The Lady Love has the advantage with Fire Chaser coming up to it, but the Lady Love has beaten home Fire Chaser. Third place will go to My Mistress, and Bella Attrice has run in fourth. Let's have a look at the head-on replay, and here it is for you. You can see the action down the centre with Bella Attrice giving way to the Lady Love, and now here's where Fire Chaser for owners Brian and Taryn Spong comes home strongly down the centre, denied a head-and-neck victory here by the Lady Love. Fire Chaser into second, third to My Mistress, and then came Bella Attrice back in fourth position. The opening race of the day, next up the start of the bipod.
Welcome back to Fairview Race 1 on the card this afternoon. Number 7, the Lady Love, bred out at Varsfontein, owned by Varsfontein in those silks as well. In the winner's box, we did mention the Varsfontein stud. They really know how to breed winners. So well done to the winning connections. With me is Godfrey, and he's collecting the 1,500 Rand for the groom Cons, and Cons is with the Lady Love at the moment. So please tell him very well done. Well done. Thank you. Okay, let's go to the winning jock. Richard, have you got the mic all mic'd up? All right, going to put it on now. While he puts it on, quickly bring it to me. I'll put it on for you. Red button, there we go. And Richard's going to come into you. He's just chatting to the trainer, getting good feedback. There we go. Well done, Richard. Nice to have you in the winner's box in the Varsfontein Silks. First race this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Tell us about the race. Moderate on paper. Did you give yourself a bit of a squeak? Obviously with the benefit of a couple of runs for experience.
Yeah, look, she ran a very good race first time out, and I thought she'd win very quickly, but she lost away. She started getting a bit aggressive, maybe we were pushing her too much in the beginning, but today I had a plan just to leave her alone, following the right sort of horses, and I wanted to follow Louis, but Muzi was too quick on that trigger, so I ended up sitting a bit in daylight, and I just had to filter out a little bit to the back, and then managed to get a little bit of a windbreaker through the crucial stage of the race. And then when I asked her to quicken, she quickened up well. So I must say well done to Mr. Greef and his team. Fantastic job. Philly was in a whole different demeanour today, and I think that was the trick today.
All right, now you've got a couple of rides. I want to ask you about a couple of the other ones. I'll go to Alan Greef and ask him as well. But I see you've picked up a ride in the next race for Jacques Strydom. How did that come about with Miss Tucker, number 13 in race 2? Did Jacques phone you, or did your agent?
I think pretty much my agent would have had lots to do with that.
I know they've been waiting for turf for Miss Tucker.
Okay, so now then we've got a chance. Always trying, and let's see what we can do.
All right, then I want to ask you about in race 5, purely because Alan said when he spoke to Nadine, unyielding. You said turf and 1,600 meters, and now the boss has put it right into your side.
Yeah, well, that's for me to prove right. But yeah, if I said that, it probably felt the right thing to do at that moment. I'm quite accurate when I climb off horse, and that's the right thing to do. So well done to Mr. Greef for following through with this one.
All right, and then of Bournemouth, Lingalonga and Bonnaroo, of those 3, who do you think is your best of those 3 runs?
Well, Lingalonga has been honest these last 2 starts. Just got a bit of a draw to contend with. He's a sort of horse that needs to be 2-3 lengths off, and it takes a lot of a hard ride to get him to quicken. But maybe with the conditions today, it might suit him. Probably going to ride him a bit soft and cold and let him finish strong, hopefully. And then Bournemouth is an honest horse. Last time he still tried to hang with me, but I think he'll enjoy the trip in Bonnaroo. It's 1,200's her best trip. She struggles to breathe a bit, but should never have won but that far, and I think the handicap has really got hold of her, but she must have a chance still.
All right, Richard, thanks so much. Hopefully we see you later.
Thank you.
Here we go, Richard Fourie in the winner's box where he always belongs. Now let's get to Alan. I'm going to push him on about one or two of those other runners that Richard touched on as well. But well done, Varsfontein Stud, top stud farm, and yeah, they do have their winners all the time, and great to see them in your stable.
Yeah, very well done to Varsfontein, to Carl, Varsfontein, to Susan, and team at Varsfontein, so very well done to them. You know, wasn't a particularly strong race. There was a lot of unraced horses as well, one or two other unraced horses in the field. And this filly, she ran a nice race once before on the grass, and then she's been on the poly. Richie said, you know, just find the right race and we'll have to wait and see. And today, everything ticked the right boxes. I thought it was a two-horse race, and we came out on top, so very well done to Varsfontein.
All right, now you did say earlier upstairs when you were chatting to Nico, myself, just briefly, sort of off air, you were saying you think your day is going to get stronger as the day progresses. Well, you won the first race, so you're in for an outstanding day.
That's a problem. When you come racing and you think you're going to have a cracking day, or the horses, and you start off early, you start to wonder how long your luck can ride. But yeah, I've got some nice runners, like Richard said, and you know, as in racing, you always need a little bit of luck on your side as well. And hopefully those horses can turn those places that they've been knocking on. Bonnaroo's been consistently
6 to 10 is but short.
Yeah, I'm not a betting man, but 6 to 10 is a short price for any horses as far as I'm concerned.
100%.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, you know, but she's been really consistent, and she's only had one run on the grass here in the Eastern Cape, which was her first run, and the rest have been on poly. Not by design, I don't think, all the time. It's just worked out that way. And, you know, she ran a good second to Fedra in a Pinnacle Plate. So, you know, if she can reproduce that sort of run, I don't know. Or is she a poly horse? We'll find out later. Lingalonga, been unlucky. Also always there, just a little drawn, a little wild, like Richie said. But it's a nice long run in. He's a professional. He knows where the winning post is, and his job's to get from A to B, and how he does it doesn't worry me.
Absolutely. Alan, we hope to chat to you a bit later. I think on the card, as you mentioned, you do get stronger as the day progresses, and we'll include you in all the bets.
Thank you.
That's Alan Greff, ladies and gentlemen, in the winner's box this afternoon. Richard Fourie, nice to get a bit of feedback from Richard with regards to his runners. Take note of his engagement for Jacques Strydom in the race coming up shortly. That is the first leg of the bipot. And just a quick reminder that I will be chatting to Jean Nel about his runners. It looks like Jean fancies a couple of his runners on the day, so we'll be chatting to him once the runners have left the parade ring for the second race.